welcome to another edition of Dialed In. It's the new NFL podcast where you can become a dialed in member of the show. All you have to do is click the link that's down below me. It'll be pinned in the chat, both on Pittsburgh and on Huddle Card Collection. Speaking of which, my name is Anthony. You can find me on YouTube at Pittsburgh. Do a lot of cool travel videos with my wife. We most recently just went to a Savannah Bananas game, and we just got back from Epcot. So there's going to be a lot of really cool vlogs coming with our travels there. My co-hostess with the mostest, we got Michael over there at Huddle Card Collection. How you doing, brother?
Great, Anthony. How are you?
Awesome, man. Want to give you guys a heads up that every Wednesday evening, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Michael does a podcast called Collecting Profit, where he talks about sports cards, the hobby, eBay, and all of those awesome things. If that's your bag, come over and hang out with Huddle Card Collection. It's a live stream just like this. You can chat, be a part of the show as well.
For sure.
Cool. So how's the weekend, brother?
Weekend was good. We were away up at the lake. For those that don't know, I've mentioned in a couple videos, Huddle Card HQ will be moving in, I don't know how long, but in less than 12 months, Huddle Card HQ will have a new location. We're building a house up on Lake High Rock, and I'm actually gonna start on my regular personal YouTube channel. I'm actually going to start to document that process by making some videos of showing the whole process of building the land as much as I can. There will be videos, there'll be picture collages and stuff like that. So looking forward to start doing that stuff.
That's awesome, dude. I'm looking forward to that. Is that going to be over on the 13 Goomba?
I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm probably gonna put it there. I'm not 100% sure yet, but more than likely it's gonna go over there because that channel will obviously. I think that channel is gonna wind up changing when I move as I'm doing other stuff and everything like that. So we'll see.
Makes a lot of sense. That'll be really cool.
Yeah.
If I remember, I'll try to put a link down there in this show's afterwards, so people can go check it out. If you'd want to see all of Michael's adventures in building his new house.
Yep.
That'd be cool. So NFL, man, we had big news this past week. What are your thoughts on the Micah Parsons trade to Green Bay?
I don't understand it. You can't tell me that what Dallas got in return is better than Micah Parsons. So, and you can't, you're not going to make me believe that even the 2 first-round picks they got, that they're going to be able to get someone that, you got to figure Green Bay, they have a great core. You just gave them one of the top defensive players in the entire league, which you think all of a sudden elevates that defense, meaning now your picks are later. The only thing I can think of is the way that Dallas could take advantage of it is in those 2 years to maybe be able to package their own first pick and the one that they got from Green Bay. So those 2 first picks to another team and move up in the draft order. I just don't get it. Does it save Dallas money? Yeah, but I don't know. I don't. Great for Green Bay. I just don't see how Dallas is better because of this.
Yeah, I don't think Dallas got any better because of it either. But if I was Green Bay, I'd be super happy to have Micah Parsons. Dude was a force, when I used to watch him at Penn State, and he's just gotten better over the years. So I think that they have a real game changer. I think if Jordan Love can, assemble any, form of what Aaron Rodgers once had in that offense, I think they could be a very dangerous team. Just adding someone like Micah Parsons to the other side of the ball to put pressure on the quarterback. And, he can do so many other things as well. So
Yeah.
love that move for Green Bay. Don't really like it so much for Dallas. I think he was young enough to where you almost have to pay him. Like I don't really see a scenario where the guy like that's not worth the money.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is when you look at what Dallas has.
What's up, Maddie? See you, brother.
Hey, Maddie, how you doing, buddy?
Shout out to Sean too. What's up,
when you look at what Dallas has on their team, I mean, the only thing you could really chalk this up to is not wanting to pay the man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't, like I said, I don't get it. I mean, look, and hey, you know what, Jerry, you're the one who waited so long to go ahead and do the deal with Dak to where it cost you a crap ton of money,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're the guy who did that. Nobody else did that but you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you did the CeeDee Lamb deal, and then you signed, so I mean, I go ahead and I get it. I mean, like when when you look at their salary tracker through Sport Track, I mean, they're paying Dak $50 million. Terrence Steele, their right tackle, not even a left tackle. Their right tackle. Maybe he plays left tackle. Who knows? But he's getting $18 million. CeeDee Lamb is $15 million. Trayvon Diggs is $12 million. When you only have so much money to go ahead and spend, there's only so much that you could go ahead and do.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, good evening, John. How you doing, buddy? You know what I'm saying? Like there's only so much you could do. What from that standpoint. So to me, it was money. Could they have gotten more? I don't know. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know how that whole thing works as far as that goes. So we'd have to see about that. I mean, well, actually, we can. We'll never know about that. But
does any bit of you think that any of that was part personal between Jerry and Micah, like not wanting to pay him?
Probably. I don't know why. That the scary part is that you have one of the. I mean, when you look at it, what is he? Is he top 3 defensive players? Like I don't know. Hey, Johnny. Like I don't know who else you could put in there. You could put what TJ Watt does. You know what I'm saying? You can, Micah Parsons, like, with Aaron Donald being gone now, right? So, it's like, but, so like I said, what is he? Top 3, top 2 defensive players in all of the NFL?
He's definitely up there.
So, hey, to each their own. I don't, I mean, to me, it was a money dump, and we just have to wait and see what happens. Again, and then the other thing is they also had their other guy, what is it, Overland, over whatever, who's I think is hurt. So now you're down two of your linebackers.
Yeah.
So,
Very
I don't
true.
know.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Doesn't make sense to me.
Because I know the minute they start losing, George Pickens is going to start going loco. that's the way it rolls with good old GP.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, in honor of John, Redskins all the way in 2025. Who do they have this week, and what's your prediction to our senior Redskins correspondent?
We get the Giants, and we are going to win 24-17.
Nice. You think that Jaden's going to look like a MVP candidate?
I'm hoping so. he can keep up what he did last year and do a little bit more, then yeah.
He's pretty high ranked in fantasy. I was surprised how highly ranked he was this year. I mean, it makes sense with his skill set that he would, be ranked pretty decently in fantasy. But yeah, I could totally see that as well. And I'm with you on them going over the Redskins. I think it might be a little bit more than just a one touchdown score. So I think I'm going to go 24-10 with your Redskins on top.
That's possible. I'm just so used to us with the shitty teams beating them by like a couple points. So even last year, I think one game was 20-18. So I'm like, How about for you? Who is a Pittsburgh correspondent?
Yeah, this is one thing I want to talk to Michael about, because at the end of this week, one of our teams will be 1-0 and one of our teams will be 0-1. What do you think is going to happen there, sir? I personally think, as the senior Pittsburgh correspondent in the house, that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win. I don't think it's going to be a even game or a runaway game. I think it'll be kind of neck and neck. One of the things that kind of is worrisome to me is that we have no Derek Harmon, who I think is going to allow for Justin Fields to kind of get outside of the pocket, because collapse the pocket. And without him there, I think that it's going to make the run game for the Jets a lot more accessible. And as Michael said each week now that we've been doing this show, the whole goal of the Jets offense is to rush for at least 150 yards per game. So no Derek Harmon is going to help them in that game plan. So I definitely think it's going to be close. I think Justin Fields is going to kind of want to get vengeance, but I also think Aaron Rodgers is going to want to get vengeance as well. And I also think the Steelers are going to want to come out and show that their offense isn't like a stinker like it has been the past couple of seasons. So I think it's going to be important for Rodgers to come out and fling that thing, because if not, it's going to be a long year for us. What's your thoughts, Michael?
On the advice of my counsel, I have been told that I should not answer this. No.
Without his lawyer present, he cannot answer the questions.
No, I mean, I
that was a good New York answer, though.
I do not have the confidence in Justin Fields. I mean, I just don't. I mean, even though like last year he was 6-2 or whatever he was, at the beginning with Pittsburgh. But Russell gets healthy and it's a quick, hey, all right, hey Justin, thanks a lot. And to me that says a lot. That they were winning in spite of him, not because of him. And that's, I think, the biggest problem that you have is, well, the Jets have, even versus last year, even with a Rodgers coming back from a crazy injury, one that should take a lot longer to come back from. I mean, Aaron Rodgers could win you a game, right? I don't think Justin Fields can win the Jets a game. I think there's too many factors going into this game. All new coaching staff, new scheme, new everything and stuff. You're right. Both quarterbacks, in my opinion, should have a chip on their shoulder, something to go ahead and prove. I just don't think that Justin Fields is going to be up to it in the long run. So I do think Pittsburgh's going to win. I'm not sure of a score, because again, to me, if they if Pittsburgh lets Rodgers go ahead and use Freiermuth and use Metcalf and stuff, I think it could be, I think they could go ahead and put up some numbers. Jets defense, is supposed to be good, but again, middle linebacker retired, who was the captain, C.J. Mosley, right? Now I know Quincy Williams really took more of that role, but he always had that other guy right next to him that he could go ahead and, depend on. Now that guy's not there, so we'll see what happens. I think the Jets will be 0-1. I don't, like I said, I don't think it's going to be. Uh, I don't think it's going to be that close of a game, but I don't think it should be like, I could see them winning by maybe 10 to 13 points. So
So what are your predictions, both of you?
I think Jets are going to lose.
Yeah, but score wise.
As far as the score goes, I could totally see this being like a 17-19 type game where the Steelers win with like field goals.
Yeah, I think it could be more like a 24-14, maybe 24-17. I just think Aaron Rodgers more than any other game this year, he could say what he wants to say, but I think this is the one game that he probably, is looking forward to the most this year.
Yeah.
And
He's going to come out iron. That's one of the main reasons I'm going for the Steelers.
And I'll put my 2 cents in. I think it's going to be a kickers game. Pittsburgh's going to win 12-9.
Well, that would mean our defense is playing good. I'd be happy with that.
Tua's going to torch the Colts. He's healthy. Colts have some corner injuries, so get ready from TDs. Also, Fields is my backup quarterback. He's going to dominate. Okay, good for you.
Fields is good at fantasy because of his legs. Like, not just because of his legs, but he's a dual threat. So a lot of times those mobile quarterbacks are really, really good, especially like a guy who like Fields that you wouldn't think is as good as he actually is whenever he plays in fantasy is because of that dual threat ability. That's one of those things that makes Lamar Jackson so dangerous.
Yeah, but I don't not to keep harping on Fields I was talking about, but it just the thing that I find the most amazing about that young man is you look at his NCAA tape and you look at his NFL tape, and you would swear it's two different people. I mean, he's friggin' throwing a deep ball, doing all this kind of stuff when he's at Ohio State and everything. And then you look at him, in the NFL, and it's like, what the?
Hopefully, getting his Ohio State receiver back in Garrett Wilson will help.
If he has time.
I think that's one of the main reasons he chose to come to New York was just to rekindle that relationship he has with Garrett Wilson because of how successful they were together.
I think the Jets looked at it and said, hey, if he sucks, we're okay because, there's plenty of quarterbacks coming out in this next draft. If we're picking, with this, if once again we have a single digit pick number, we should get a quarterback.
Yep. Agreed. I'm hoping the Steelers, like, if they're not going to be good, just absolutely suck this year so that we can hopefully get, one of them single-digit quarterbacks as well. But
the only way that's ever going to happen is your coach is going to have to leave. He's too damn good of a coach that people will go ahead and they will run through a brick wall, then fire, then over hot coals, for that guy.
True. Too bad they can't win a Super Bowl for that damn guy. Well, I mean, they have. They just haven't
won.
Since what, 2000, was it last one, 2008?
Man, some of you fans are just greedy.
Yeah, you're right. You've been waiting a little longer. Sorry. Just used to having the Pittsburgh Steelers dominate. That's what I grew up on. Good old Steelers football. Speaking of which, as per John's request last week, he wanted to go up against a random decade team. So we're going to randomize 2020 through 1970. I figured in fairness to us, let's keep it to like mainly our like time alive. we've like grown up on. So I figure going back to the 70s is probably most of our time alive. So
Good enough.
yeah. So I'm gonna randomize this and then we will go and battle against whatever decade comes up. I did earlier today go to ChatGPT and get teams for all of these 6 decades. So let's go ahead and see what random.org wants to throw at us first. Randomize.
Oh boy.
Let's go with the top one. 2000s. All right. That should be a good one, actually. I really like 2000 eras football. So
this is going to be the Jets versus this team, right?
no, this will be like we have to also pick 2000s eras players.
Oh, okay.
So we just have to try to beat the all 2000s team. One good thing might be to like look at players that were drafted like either right before or right after. Players that just squeaked into the 2000s or just were barely in it. Share my screen again. Let's make sure I have the right tab. Already on the 2000s, and that team is going to be beefy. That's going to be hard to beat. And this is technically, if it was preseason before, this would make the first real game for us. And this is going to be a pretty tough match for us, in my opinion. So this is the team we're looking at. At quarterback, the all 2000s team have Tom Brady. Running back is Tomlinson. Receiver is Moss. They got Gonzalez at tight end. Ogden at their offensive line position. Adam Vinatieri at kicker, Strahan as defensive end, Warren Sapp as defensive tackle, Derek Brooks as their outside linebacker, Ray Lewis as their inside linebacker, Champ Bailey as their corner, and Ed Reed as their safety. Yeah, that's going to be a not fun matchup.
I think we got a shot.
Okay, so right off the rip, the first guy I can think of, it would be like the second best quarterback in this time frame, is probably Peyton Manning. But then Peyton Manning always lost to Tom Brady. Do we flip the script and throw Eli at Tom Brady since he actually beats Tom Brady, or is Eli not going to actually be good enough in a simulation? Or what? Who do you guys think we should go for at quarterback? Yeah, exactly, Matty. That team definitely would dominate. It's probably going to dominate.
Oh, this is rough. I'm looking at quarterbacks in 01 that were rookie, but Vic and Breeze are not going to win it for us, not against Brady.
Maddie says Peyton. I love Peyton.
I mean, you probably have to go with him. I mean, it makes sense that you would go with Peyton.
So they have LaDainian Tomlinson. When was Adrian Peterson drafted? Wasn't it like 2008?
Well, was it as long as they played what, from 2000 to 2009?
Correct.
Your boy Aaron Rodgers is there.
That would be a good one too. Is A. Rodgers? What do you? Would Rodgers beat Brady? Who has a better chance at beating Brady? Is it Rodgers or is it Manning?
I don't know. Peyton Manning does. He lost to, like Anthony said, he lost to them a lot. What about McNabb? Put him in there.
No, I think Peyton Manning. I don't know.
Are you looking for a scrambling quarterback? You have Michael Vick, the running quarterback too, but yeah, Drew Brees. That's another one. But he's
not a bad option as well, Drew Brees.
Because Eli, I don't think did all that great. Steve McNair.
Really, Eli, the only thing he really ever did was beat Brady in the Super Bowl.
Okay, what about McNair?
Yeah, McNair wouldn't be bad either. I still think Manning might be the way to go. I
Manning's
still think he's probably the most consistent option we have since Tom Brady's taken. At running back, like who do you go up against Tomlinson? The only guy I can think of is like Peterson, but
Jamal Lewis.
isn't that a Raven?
It
I thought
is.
we wanted to win here.
It is, but I mean,
in fairness, they already have. Let's see, they have 1, 2,
Marshawn Lynch
3. They have 3 Ravens. Marshawn Lynch would be good too.
or Tiki Barber might not be a bad one either.
I have a feeling if we take Tiki, he's going to end up fumbling on us because that was what he was famous for.
And no, you notice I didn't say Clinton Portis right off the bat there, Mike. So,
Big John's in the house.
I mean, I don't know.
Ricky Williams, come on. Got to go for him. It'd be a toss-up. Oh, Emmitt Smith is in there from 2000s.
Touche. Would that be cheating to go with Emmitt Smith, the all-time leading rusher?
I'm surprised they didn't.
Like, he probably wasn't great in the 2000s, but he was there. Wasn't he?
Yeah, that's
he
what it says.
Like early in the 2000s, didn't he?
Because I was looking up the best NFL running back since 2000, and Emmitt Smith is on there.
Nice. That might be a cheat code right there.
Edgerrin James.
That's another one.
Oh, Edgerrin retired in 2004. We'd have 2 years or 4 years of Edgerrin or of Emmitt Smith if we went that route.
You can go that route.
That was a good call, John. That might be like something that gets us like. So they have Randy Moss at their receiver. Who do we go with? Like a TO or like who else was big during that time?
Let's see here.
T.O. or Marvin Harrison.
And Marvin Harrison would be Manning's receiver, so that actually might go for synergy.
Peyton his guy.
Calvin Johnson isn't a bad one either.
Calvin Johnson's
actually, yeah, Calvin Johnson would be really good as well. We go Kelvin or Marvin?
Or Julio Jones. That's another one's in there.
Yeah, Julio would be good too.
I would go
Hines
Calvin
Ward.
Johnson.
Hines Ward.
I would love some Hines Ward, but Megatron works. Tight end, they have Tony Gonzalez. When was Antonio Gates drafted?
Antonio Gates is the guy you want.
Yeah, hell yeah. Antonio Gates is awesome.
Gates was drafted, and he was undrafted, but he came in 2003.
Nice. Yeah, you definitely want Antonio Gates then. Damn, I like our team so far. Offensive line. Who do we go up against? John Ogden.
Orlando Pace or Willie Rolfe.
Yeah,
or Walter Jones from Seattle.
Oh. Actually, yeah, all of those guys are pretty beefy.
Yeah.
Which one did you say, Mike?
Orlando Pace, Willie Rolfe, or you could go Walter Jones for Seattle.
Yeah, Walter Jones is listed as one of the better ones.
Yeah.
Joe Thomas, Zach Martin, and Jonathan Ogden are the other ones they list.
My bad, Sean. I was on the other screen. I didn't see the comments. Andre Johnson is a good one. I actually just picked up a SGC 6 of him. I just wanted a card, though. It was a real nice Topps Chrome rookie of his.
I think Walter Jones would be a good one.
I'm thinking that too. Yeah,
him or Orlando Pace. I think more people would consider Walter.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Was this also the time where Sebastian Janikowski kicked?
Kickers, huh? Let's see who we got there.
Was like the dude that looked like a linebacker for the Raiders? I love 2000s football. During this time frame is when I was the ball boy for the Steelers.
And who do they have as a kicker?
3. What's that?
Vinatieri.
Who's their kicker?
Vinatieri.
Yeah.
What about Adam Vinatieri?
That's who they have.
Who they have.
Oh, that's who they have. You didn't say his name.
You not see the screen?
Morton Anderson.
Did Morton Anderson play in the 2000s?
Yes, he did. He's listed as key kickers of the 2000s. So is David Akers, though. And Akers was good.
David Akers was really good for Philadelphia.
Throw a little Philly love out there.
Very little. Very little.
Okay. Defensive end. They have Michael Strahan. Who do we want? Strahan was like
we'll throw Matt. We'll throw if we could throw. We already threw Matty Ice some love with Peyton Manning, but Dwight Freeney was pretty darn good.
They have Ray Lewis too, right?
What's that?
They have Ray Lewis too, right?
They do have Ray Lewis, unfortunately.
We could throw Ed Reed against them.
They have Ed Reed. I was thinking we could match Reed with Palomalu.
Yeah, or Brian Dawkins.
I was gonna say Brian Dawkins, another one.
So for defensive end, I think you can go Dwight Freeney. Julius Peppers is another good one.
Peppers would be a good one.
Urlacher.
I think Dwight Freeney would be.
I was thinking Urlacher too. That'd be a good one.
Well, Urlacher is a linebacker.
He is, yeah.
I plugged him in there. So Freeney, you said. Then we need a defensive tackle to go up against Warren Sapp. I always just go to Casey Hampton, but I don't know if he was pretty sure he was drafted in 2002.
I don't see him.
Richard Seymour.
Who's that?
Richard Seymour.
Seymour would be a good one. You mean for corner?
No, for defensive tackle.
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, from the Patriots. I was thinking Richard Sherman. My bad.
I'd say go with it.
Yeah, that's not a bad one. From the Patriots?
Yeah.
Oh, you know who else would be good from the Patriots was Vince Wilfork. That dude was like 800 pounds in the middle. Remember him?
Yeah.
He also played for the Texans, didn't he?
Okay. It doesn't really matter if anybody played for the Texans.
I mean, to Sean, it does.
Really.
Well, yeah, but when we get to 2010s, then Sean can go ahead and,
So
play.
Outside linebacker, selfishly, I always think Joey Porter, James Harrison. But
what about Reggie White? What did he play?
Reggie White was a defensive end.
Yeah.
I think he might have been dead by then.
He played in 2000. Last year was 2000.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know if that would. I'm not sure. I mean, you should probably have guys who played at least a few years in the decade.
I would say Urlacher then.
DeMarcus Ware.
Yeah. Ware would be really good.
Urlacher. Come on now.
We got Urlacher.
Yeah, we already have Urlacher.
All right, who else? Quarterback, huh?
Dude, cornerback's easy. Charles Woodson.
Yeah, that is an easy one. Good call.
I mean,
What about Champ
Bailey? Safety too, so it's
they already
safety.
have Champ Bailey.
Do we want to go with Malu or Dawkins here?
In safety?
Yeah.
I would rather have Troy, but I mean,
I didn't want to be a homer, but yeah, I would too.
I don't want to be a homer, but John, it doesn't make any difference what the hell you say. We're putting Troy.
Yeah. That's
I think Dawkins was a better player, but hey.
All right. So
can you mute a guest?
I think so.
Actually, no. You know who we should go with there? Sean Taylor.
True. Sean Taylor would be pretty good too.
As hard as he hit. But
I'm
you
good with
guys
either
go
one.
with your little Pittsburgh,
Oh,
Steelers.
For you, we're gonna lose anyway. Let's go, Sean Taylor.
That's where we are. I'm going to predict a.
You know what? If you get Sean Taylor,
21.
Casey Hampton.
Would you put in there?
I could at least have one Steeler on the roster.
Yeah, there you go.
We need to get you a Jet on here.
That just lost us. No, good. No, that just lost us. Go right ahead. Do what you want to do.
All right, Richard Sherman. Whatever the hell.
Not Richard Seymour, not Richard
I don't know
Sherman.
why you need Richard Sherman.
I think this way we all three got kind of a pick in there to see how we.
All right, which one did you think lost us, the Hampton or the Sean Taylor pick, Mike?
I think
They're both
Casey
good.
Hampton. I mean, how good is Casey Hampton?
I mean, I think he's pretty good.
Without being a homer. Take your homer vision off, your homer hat, your homer jersey, and if you had your choice of Richard Seymour or Casey Sherman, not Casey Sherman.
Everybody wants to be Sherman now. Personally, I would take Hampton, but then again, I'm partial because of.
But that's what I'm saying. So you have to be able to if you are gonna succeed on this show, you have to be able to have a little bit of disconnect every now and again.
You're not wrong.
I mean, you already have freaking Steelers coming out of the ass in all the other decades.
Speaking of what's up, Kenneth?
What's up, Kenneth? Dude sacrificed his body. What dude?
Troy or Sean
Sanders?
Because I'm going with Sean to appease the Homer and John. I'd be going with Troy to appease the Homer and me.
Let's see. Who do we have defensive tackle here?
We have Richard Seymour.
I don't think Hampton would be in there at all.
Well, we took Hampton out. I'm talking about safety now with Sean Taylor. Do we put him there or do we put Troy Polamalu there?
Hold on a second.
Defensive end should have been Albert Hainsworth. He was always getting in trouble on our team.
I mean,
you didn't have many years with.
Taylor had 5 years. I mean, well, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, no, 4, 5. Taylor had 4 years.
Yeah.
I mean, second team All Pro, 2-time Pro Bowl, All Rookie team. Then the Washington stuff you can't count because he made the Ring of Fame and the 90 greatest, and his 21 is retired.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not saying that stuff would not have happened, but a lot of it happened,
Right.
They have Warren Sapp, Big John. I mean, you could go ahead and put him in there. I'm okay with it.
Who's that, Sean?
We can always do like you normally do, like, all right, take Ken Taylor out and put the other guy in to see if it would have made a difference.
Yeah.
I think we lose 31-24, but
Big John, the Chat GPT took Warren Sapp from us. Hopefully you have some Chat GPT left.
Yeah, I should, hopefully.
Does this really cost you money, really?
They have a free version, but if you extend beyond like your number of free uses, then you have to pay.
Hopefully
I
it's
would
not
have
too
loved to have some more in Sap, Big John. He was my guy. All right, so let's see what ChatGPT has to say about our game. In the first game that actually counts.
Counts.
Are we still a loser? We shall see. All right.
We might win this now that I'm thinking
Awesome
about it.
matchup, 2 all-time, loaded squad, detailed simulation. Team ChatGPT, Brady Moss Gonzalez, and team dialed in, Manning, Kelvin Gates. So first quarter, Manning opens hot using quick timing routes behind Walter Jones's protection. Gates catches a pair of 10-yard outs. Emmitt Smith caps a drive, 4-yard touchdown run. 7-0 dialed in. Brady responds with play action, hits Tony Gonzalez twice underneath, then bombs 45 yards to Randy Moss, who beats Charles Woodson deep. Moss scores 7-7. Defense takes over. Warren Sapp pressures Manning, forcing 3 and out. Strahan sacks Manning late in the quarter, 7-7. Brady runs a methodical drive, mixing Tomlinson runs with quick outs to Gonzalez. Adam Vinatieri kicks a 36-yard field goal, 10-7. Manning answers, finds Kelvin Johnson over Champ Bailey for a 42-yard gain, but Ray Lewis sniffs out a middle screen to Emmett, forcing a David Akers to hit a field goal, 10-10. Brady tries to force a seam throw to Gonzalez, but Sean Taylor reads it perfectly. Interception. Manning capitalizes quickly, a 25-yard touchdown strike to Antonio Gates over Derek Brooks, dialed in 17-10. Halftime, we win, or we're up, 17-10.
We're doing it if it ends at halftime. We're good.
This is like the Super Bowl for me here. All right. Adjustments. Brady leans on Moss. Moss beats Woodson again on a deep post, hauling in a 50-yard touchdown, 17-17. Manning responds with precision. Emmett gains tough yards. Then Manning finds Gates on play action for 18. Kelvin Johnson finishes the drive with a 15-yard touchdown on a fade versus Bailey dialed in 24-17. Sapp and Strahan crank up the pressure, forcing a Manning fumble recovered by Ray Lewis. Brady uses a short field. Tomlinson punches it in from 6 yards. 24-24 at the end of the half. Both defenses lock in. Urlacher and Ware stuff Tomlinson on key runs, and Brooks and Reed limit Gates' yards. Midway through the quarter, Manning orchestrates long drives, 12 plays, 72 yards. Akers hits a 40-yard field goal, dialed in 27-24. With 2:30 left, Brady goes into 2-minute mode. Ogden gives him clean pockets, finds Gonzalez for 12, Moss for 22, LT on a screen for 15. Inside the red zone, 40 seconds left. Brady rifles a pass to Moss on a slant versus Woodson. Touchdown, ChatGPT 31-27. Manning has one drive left. With 25 seconds, he tries a deep shot to Kelvin, but Ed Reed makes a leaping interception to seal the game. Final score, ChatGPT 31, dialed in 27.
I was close at 31-24, but
here's why ChatGPT won. Randy Moss was the X factor. Woodson battled hard, but Moss's deep speed shifted the game twice and drew coverage that opened Gonzalez underneath. Defensive playmakers Strahan and Sapp forced Manning to fumble. Ed Reed's interception iced it. Brady was clutch. The 2-minute drill was flawless, showing his edge over Manning in late game situations. Balanced left tackle provided enough to keep the threat of Ware Urlacher honest. Overall, doubt in comments. Yeah, we suck. We lost. Would we have won with either Casey Hampton or Troy?
I'd be interested to know if we would have gone with Edgerrin James or Jamal Lewis.
I'll run them too.
And can you add in there just for fun, Drew Brees? I'm just curious to see how he would have done. want to do too much on you.
It's not on me. It's on ChatGPT. Love the what if roster tweaks. All right. What if we could have flipped the outcome? Running backs, Edgerrin James over Emmett Smith. Edge brings more explosiveness to the passing game than Emmett, fitting Manning style perfectly. Against GPT's linebackers, a receiving running back would have kept them off balance. The impact improved. Dialed in adds another dimension, possibly extends drives. Could add 3 to 7 points. Jamal Lewis, a pure bruiser, would have tested Sapp and Strahan on this front, but was built to stop power backs. Ray Lewis, ironically, in real life foe in the AFC North, would have been all over him. Impact minimal. Jamal doesn't change the outcome. Probably less effective than Emmett. So Edgerrin James would have been better. Drew Brees over Manning. Brees is accurate and mobile in the pocket. Manning's synergy with Calvin Gates is pretty strong. Issue wasn't accuracy, was the pressure. Brees is shorter, which actually would be worse, collapsing the pockets. Neutral was slight downgrade on Brees. Casey Hampton over Seymour. Hampton is a pure space eater, elite run stuffer. This would have helped LT's late game screens and inside runs. Impact helpful in the fourth quarter, could have prevented the go-ahead Brady drive. Being so efficient, the swing would have been they would have scored less or 3 to 7 points less. And then Troy Polamalu over Taylor. Taylor made the big interception before halftime, but Polamalu is a game changer with instincts and blitzing. Polamalu could have disguised coverages versus Brady and maybe stopped that 2-minute drive. His ability to time snaps to disrupt Gonzalez would have forced Brady into tougher throws. Impact major upgrade. Could easily swing the game. If Polamalu had been there late, Brady's game-winning touchdown to Moss might not happen. So the verdict, Edgerrin James boosts the offense, keeps Ray Lewis honest, and could flip the outcome. Jamal Lewis still lost. Brees, Manning was better. Casey Hampton was a slight upgrade, and Polamalu would have been the biggest difference maker. If Dowden swapped Polamalu and maybe Edgerrin, we would have won 27-24.
Want me to rerun the fourth quarter?
Do we want him to? With Polamalu in the lineup?
And so
what happens?
Technically, it says we would win like 27-24.
All right, so here's the fourth quarter. Both defenses still tight. Sapp and Strahan harass Manning, forcing a punt. Urlacher and Ware stuffed Tomlinson twice, but Brady converts a third down, striking Gonzalez. Still, the drive stalls at midfield. 7 minutes left. Manning drive. Manning works short passes to Gates and Kelvin Johnson. Emmett or Edge, if swapped, chips in runs. Akers nails a 40-yard field goal. 2:30. Brady's last chance to win. He enters 2-minute mode. Moss catches a 20-yarder versus Woodson. Gonzalez adds 12 more. LT screen gains 15. Inside the red zone, 55 seconds left. Brady tries to hit Gonzalez over the middle. Polamalu times the snap perfectly, dives in front of it, intercepts it. Crowd erupts as Polamalu sprints 40 yards back before being tripped up. Final minute, Manning kneels out the clock. Game sealed. Final score with Polamalu. Dowden wins 27 to 24 versus Chester. Why it changed was Polamalu's instincts, his disguised coverages. He waited for the exact throw, something Sean Taylor, for all of his range, didn't specialize in. Momentum swing. Instead of Moss scoring, Dowden's defense closes the game. Complementary defense. Ware and Freeney rushing. Polamalu thrived in chaos. Free to jump routes. So, yeah, Troy Polamalu made the big difference for us this time. Go Steelers. Always love seeing a Steeler make the big difference. That's a great point. We totally forgot all about Jason Taylor.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure.
I mean,
you
Mike Freeney, Jason Taylor. I mean, how much of a big difference is there?
I did mention Wilfork in my defense, Big John. But Yeah, the Goose would have been a good one too. But yeah, so we're officially, I guess, 0-1 now, or 0-5 if you count the preseason. But I think next week we're gonna do a lot better than we did this week, especially knowing some of the things we know now. Although I gotta wonder, does ChatGPT just always make themselves win?
No, because it says that if we would have picked Troy, we would have won.
I guess so. I guess
Saragusa would have been tough because, Saragusa went ahead and he was done in 2001. So he had 2000, 2001. So I guess, I don't know. I mean, I don't know where Tony Saragusa, sits when it comes to best defensive tackles, and even Vince Wilfork. I mean, for that matter. I mean, if you're talking 2000 and 2000 to 2009, like on Wikipedia, it says the only a player or coach's performance in the 2000s is used as the criteria. It was so they had for defensive tackles Sapp, Seymour, Leroy Glover, and Kevin Williams. So
yeah, they're all good players.
Saragusa and Wolford don't even, don't come close when you look at Wikipedia, what they've done from that standpoint.
Yeah, that was a tough matchup. That
it was
2000s team.
It's hard to find those top players that were good, and I think if Taylor played a little bit longer, he might have been able to pick up like Palomalo did.
And the fact that we randomized it too right beforehand, we didn't actually have the random time to prepare any players, or to even think about it. Like, hey, we're going against the Jets this week, so Michael's thinking all week about all of his favorite Jets players, or we're going against the Steelers. I'm thinking about all my favorite Steelers all week. But this week, it's like, okay, we're going against a bunch of guys from the last 60 years. We just don't know which 10-year block of those 60 years we're going with.
I think the 80s are going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of good players back then.
So what we can do next week, if you want to keep this up, we can randomize the decades again now that we have all of ChatGPT's answers all the way back to the 1970s. We can just delete out the 2000s next week.
Yeah, take out the 2000s. There you go.
Yeah. Randomize again, and whatever comes up, that'll be who we kind of go against. And then eventually we got to get to, your Redskins.
That'll be playoff time for us. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll do that for the big playoff push. Cool. So you guys got anything special coming up on your channels this week?
Not me. Mikey has this thing tomorrow night.
Yeah, so I mean, one thing I want to, we got the show and all that stuff, but in all seriousness, it's opening weekend of the NFL season. What are you guys looking forward to?
Honestly, I'm looking forward to playing fantasy with a bunch of. I'm in several leagues this year, so I'm just looking forward to playing fantasy with a bunch of people that I know. And now that I'm in more established leagues, I'm even knowing some of the people that I didn't know prior to joining the league. So that's kind of cool. So I'm looking forward to kind of finding out how my players are doing, how my teams are doing, and all that. I get nerdy with it.
I'm looking forward to seeing how we do, see if we upgraded or whatever. I think we did. Defensive wise is what I'm worried about. Offense, I think we're good. Yeah, we got our offense. It's just the defense, and let's see. Here's a good one for you guys. Tomorrow night, Dallas or Philly?
Philly.
It's Thursday night.
That's right, Thursday.
So let's go ahead. Well, you know what? Hey, no. Let's go through the matchup. So we got Thursday night football. On NBC Peacock, you have Dallas versus Philly. I'm going to go with Super Bowl champs. John?
As much as I don't want to, I hate Dallas more than I hate Philly. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means. I think it's going to be probably a 10-point win. Philly.
You know what the difference is going to be? No Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
They're going to hammer them with Saquon.
But didn't I read somewhere that he got hurt?
You Saquon?
No, Parsons.
I don't know.
He is hurt. He has something going on, with his back and stuff.
That's what I thought. So
All right, all right, let's go ahead. We're gonna make this like official. John,
we're gonna have a little.
Are you tracking our predictions?
what?
You going to see who has the most wins of the season?
Yeah. So, John, you took Philadelphia.
I did.
And Anthony?
Go Birds.
Yeah. And I'm the same way. I don't see that being anything. All right. So then we go to Friday. The Kansas City Chiefs.
We all got things to do.
Friday. The Kansas City Chiefs versus the LA Chargers. And this game, hold on. This game is in Brazil.
The Brazil, I thought somebody said Mexico at one point on one of the
Sao Paulo, Brazil. Anthony.
I'm going to roll with my homie on this one. I think that the Chiefs are come off fired.
John?
I'm going Chargers.
I actually wouldn't mind seeing the Chargers win that. I love Justin Herbert. I really do. I don't know. I just think the Chiefs are going to be a tough team regardless. This might be Kelsey's last year. Hoping that means he's not going to suck in fantasy again.
But maybe he'll get traded to Pittsburgh. You'll have him for one more year.
We have nothing but tight ends in Pittsburgh. I'm actually like low key, like one of my fantasy leagues. I drafted Jonnu Smith because you could start multiple tight ends, and like I genuinely think the Steelers are just going to use him as a big wide receiver.
Who you picking, Mike?
Like number 2 receiver behind Tyreek Hill last year in Miami, like 81 catches for a tight end. That's like really good.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Kansas City. I think they're going to come out firing. I think losing the Super Bowl gone ahead, and it gives them a little incentive to go, and we'll see. I look at the Chargers they're going to depend on Herbert, and you look at who they have. They do have Keenan Allen coming back, but their wide receivers are okay. More than likely, you're going to have your rookie running back trying to do something. So I'm going to go with the more experienced team, and I think they can handle being. I think they'll be able to handle the atmosphere better than the Chargers will. All right, then we go to Sunday. We're going to go. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at the Atlanta Falcons.
Ooh,
that's a
that is a tough one because they both made some good upgrades.
I'm going to take Tampa Bay. John?
I think the Vikings are going to win this, and they're going to look for a payback.
No. It's the Buccaneers against the Falcons.
Falcons, Vikings, same thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true. Because they're like the states are right next to each other.
Yeah,
Anthony?
I'll go with Seattle. No,
sure.
No, I'm going to go with what game are we talking about again?
Tampa
I'm going to go with
Tampa Atlanta.
I think Baker Mayfield is going to have himself a game. I definitely think it's probably going to be one-sided with Tampa Bay winning.
Hi to
you too,
Irene.
Miss Lady Fella.
Cincinnati Bengals at the Cleveland Browns.
The Bungles. I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to
I'm going Bengals too.
It's the Joe Burrow effect all day, every day, and I think Trey Hendrickson's going to cause havoc. Miles Garrett will probably cause havoc too, but I think the weapons in Cincy are just too much. Jamar Chase is like a different human being. Like I would feel like he's like an illegal weapon on the field that teams shouldn't be allowed to have unless he plays for the Steelers. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, him and Burrow together is dangerous. Then you got T. Higgins. You got the running back, Captain America, aka Chris Evans. Um, yeah, they're dangerous offense. I think the too much firepower for the Browns to kind of take hold of, and then on the other end, they're gonna have Joe Flacco firing the ball at like the crisp old age of like 87. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't see that being a recipe for beating a team that can score as many points as the Bengals.
I agree. I think Cincinnati. I just think.
Sanders plays for them, right? Sanders' son plays for the Browns.
Yeah,
does,
he's.
yeah.
I think he's listed as QB3 right now.
Oh, okay.
Dylan Gabriel listed as 2. I think. I think that's what the depth chart might show, but I'm not 100% sure.
Curious if we get to see him at all in that game.
I would imagine not unless Flacco either A gets injured or just looks like absolute trash. If he looks like absolute trash, then you might be able to see some of the young guys play.
Yep. Miami Dolphins. Okay. Miami Dolphins at the Indianapolis Colts. This is Miami, little team down South Florida versus the Colts, a team in Indiana. So let's not get confused where we're talking.
So it's Miami versus Chicago. Got it.
Yes.
This for me is a toss up. It's going to be a boring game, I think.
Yeah.
I'm going to give a slight edge to Miami, but not much.
You're picking Miami?
Yeah.
I'm going to actually go with Matty Ice's prediction earlier. I think Tua's going to have himself a game. I think he's going to want to prove that he's back. I think Tyreek Hill's going to be healthy. I think that there's a lot of weapons there in Miami. And I don't think that Indy's very good, unfortunately. So as long as Danny Dimes is throwing the ball there, I'm going to pick whoever else is playing against them, unfortunately. So Miami for the dub.
Hey man, I'm going to take Miami, but I wouldn't be surprised if Indianapolis wins. We have the Las Vegas Raiders against the football team from Massachusetts.
Oof.
You know who I'm picking? Vegas. You know way in hell I'm picking out a team. They can go 0-17 for all I care.
I think I had to go with Vegas there as well. I just don't think New England has what it needs right now.
The game is at New England, if that matters.
Not early on in the season, no.
This is one of those matchups that can, like, for me, really go either way. I think the consistency of a Geno Smith being it's bad to say that the consistency of a Geno Smith is why I would go with the Raiders, but when you think about it,
New team,
yeah,
you know.
I mean, it is a new team, but it's a veteran player, you know. So, although New England, this could be my leg up on you guys if they win, but then again, it's a second-year quarterback coming in, doesn't have a tremendous amount of weapons. I think the safe pick is to really just go with the Raiders. So I'm going to just go with the Raiders, same as you guys. But I could really see this going either way.
Yeah, I mean Drake May. I mean, Miami had. You're talking about both teams have some decent running backs. I mean, you got Genty, who they got, and I forgot what is it, Henderson.
Yeah,
that New England has. Drake May did well. And you see, you got a second-year guy versus the veteran of Smith. You have Pete Carroll coming back, emotion the first game. Wide receivers. I mean, Vegas picked up Amari Cooper. New England really doesn't have much there, so I mean, it makes sense that it would be Vegas. Essentially, I mean, hopefully. Um, the Arizona Cardinals at the New Orleans Saints. I don't trust the Saints quarterback, so I'm taking the Cardinals.
I'm on the same boat. I also just think that the Cardinals are gonna, outrun them as well. So I think James Conner is going to get going on the ground. I think that Kyler is going to scramble a little bit. I think it's going to be dangerous. And I just don't think that, like as you said, the other quarterback's going to be able to keep up with that kind of play.
If I follow what all the professional guys say, they're claiming that the Saints are going to win 37-27. But I've got to go with the Cardinals, I think, on this one.
I think it's one of the players I'm looking forward. I really want to see this year to see, what they do is Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
See how he, what he becomes, how he, I mean, how he goes ahead and does, year two. Not that he had a bad year.
Right.
I mean, he had, 62 receptions for 885 yards. But I don't know if that's what was expected of him. I think there was more expected of him than there was that, in my opinion. So he's one of those guys. Will be interesting to see. He could be a sleeper in your fantasy sports.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. If he's anything like his dad, he's going to be a true stud.
Yeah. Pittsburgh Steelers at the New York Jets. John, we already know Anthony and I. So what about you?
As I said, I think Pittsburgh's got this, but it's going to be a kicker's game. At least I hope so, because in my fantasy league, Pittsburgh's my defense, and it doesn't show that great on there.
Anthony, you're going with
Pittsburgh,
and I'm not going to be a homer. I'm going to go Pittsburgh. I should go with my team, but I just don't have confidence. The New York Football Giants against the Washington Redskins.
I think we kind of touched one as well. But
What? What do you say, Anthony?
I was going to say, I think we touched on this one a little bit earlier, but I definitely say the Skins in this one.
John, just so we have it officially.
Redskins all the way.
Yeah, I think Washington. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Russell Wilson is number one. Jackson Dart actually moved ahead of Jameis Winston as the number 2 quarterback. So I could only imagine that the Giants will probably get even more phone calls after this week about Jameson to see, hey, what do you want to do? From that standpoint. So we'll see what happens there. But I'm going to take Washington also. The Carolina Panthers, at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This is probably one of the tougher ones for me.
Yeah. All right, so you go first then.
All right. It's really Lawrence versus Young here. I'm going to pick the Jaguars just because I think Trevor Lawrence is a better quarterback.
John?
Going against the grain, I'm going Carolina. Something about Carolina makes me feel they're going to squeak this one out. Last minute field goal or something.
I like Carolina also. I'm going to go with Carolina. I think this is definitely it's gonna be a very interesting year for Trevor Lawrence. I think it's one of those ones where it's, hey,
Make or break.
yeah, you gotta, figure something out here, kid. You got to make some strides.
Mhm.
When you think when he started in college, my God, people were like, oh my gosh, if he would have come out as a freshman, he would have been the first pick. As a sophomore, would have been the first pick. As a junior, would have been the first pick. So
Yeah.
he's had so much hype on him.
Yeah.
That it's at a point now where that hype has to turn into something more. He has good weapons. Travis Hunter's good. Now that's gonna be an interesting one. What are they doing with Hunter? How much are they going to be using Hunter on both sides of the ball? With that uniqueness that he brings, from that standpoint.
Yeah, that'd be real interesting to see. One thing that worries me in picking the Jaguars here is Chuba Hubbard. I think that he is going to have himself a big game. So I am concerned that he could be, a big reason why Carolina could win. But I just think that Lawrence, well, I mean, honestly, both quarterbacks really have to prove something. I mean, Bryce Young, if he doesn't have a good year, he's probably going to be labeled a bust. So this is going to be an important game one for both quarterbacks, I think.
Definitely, I agree. Cannot agree more. The Tennessee Titans at the Denver Broncos.
I'm going to go with the Broncos.
Who? Anthony going with the Broncos?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bo Nix. I just think he's gonna have a big year. I think he takes a step forward. I think the Broncos are gonna look solid defensively as well. So because of that, I definitely think Denver is gonna win this one.
Yeah, I like Denver also, and I mean, look, you have a rookie quarterback, first round, first pick overall. Is starting. Um, you know, they have decent weapons. They have, Calvin Ridley. They have Pollard. They picked up Tyler Lockett, which, okay. But I just look at their defense, and there's nobody on there that makes me go, oh, yeah, you got to make sure of this guy.
Yeah,
I think that's, I don't know. To me, I'm not saying that their defense is, horrible. I just, when I look at the names, I don't know if there's anybody there that says, yeah, man, we really got to worry about it. I mean, they have some good players, but I don't see the rookie quarterback going into Denver also. Mile High Stadium, right? I just don't see it.
yeah.
John?
I'm gonna go Broncos. I'm looking at the odds on DraftKings to see what that game is. It's that Broncos are a 7.5-point underdog. I'm also taking Broncos to win that division too. So
San Francisco 49ers at the Seattle Seahawks. Anthony.
That is going to be a good game. I am going to personally go with the Niners on this one. I just think they have too many weapons. Although it's going to really come down to like how recovered some of their injured players are coming back from injury. I'm going to have to say that McCaffrey's going to have a big game for them to pull this one off. I think defensively they're good enough to kind of hang in there, but McCaffrey's going to have a big game, and Purdy's going to have to not make too many mistakes.
yeah,
John?
I'm going Seattle. It's a toss-up game for me, so I'm just gonna.
Those receivers are scary, man.
For Seattle or for San Francisco?
For Seattle, especially because like seeing what Darnold did last year with Jefferson and Addison, like coming in and seeing those receivers in Seattle, I think he's going to have himself like ample targets.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp, JSN.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and Walker the third is a good, is a good running back. Defense is good. I mean, the defense, it looks tough at everything. I don't know. I just think San Francisco. I know they don't play their guys a lot in spring in the training camp. I don't know. I just think they got too much stuff to prove. Purdy has too much to prove. CMC has too much to prove. Their wide receiver room is banged up, but I think it gives a chance for like a Ricky Pearsall and a Jawan Jennings to go ahead and come up and stay, do well. And then looking at, looking at their defense, they got a good defense. So I'm gonna go San Francisco. Detroit at Green Bay.
This will be a big game. Is Parsons out for this game?
Supposedly, we don't know. Last I read, he was going to get an epidural to be able to play.
Interesting. So, in my opinion, he's a player that could change this game. Going into this, I would say Detroit was going to win. Just because they have so many weapons, they have a good defense, they have a lot going for them. But again, they just got so much better in Green Bay just adding one player. But is it enough to beat Detroit? I don't know. I'm still going to go with Detroit, but it's a really tough one. If Parsons plays, it's like 50-50 for me. If Parsons doesn't play, it's easily Detroit.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm going Detroit, but like you said, if Parsons play, that could make a difference. But he gets hit right, he's about back out. So it's kind of like one of those, like you said, 50-50 shot that he helps him. So I take Detroit. Detroit is actually favored by 2.5.
Yeah,
they're playing in Green Bay, right?
I'm going Green Bay. It's at Green Bay. I'm just going to take the home. 2 new coordinators for on both sides of the ball for Detroit. Not saying that I don't know how much that matters. Doesn't matter. Whereas you don't know about Micah Parsons. You got on the other side, you got Aiden Hutchinson coming back from injury. So I don't know about that. In the trade, Green Bay did lose Kenny Clark, which is a big run stopper for them.
Yeah, I was gonna say defensive tackle or defensive end.
Yeah, but yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm going with the home team just because just for the home team.
Yeah.
The Houston Texans versus the Los Angeles Rams. Now, Matthew Stafford is supposed to play, but he didn't do. He didn't. He didn't play at all in the spring. He does have a back. He does have a back issue. He is slated to play. So, what do you think?
I'm taking Texas. I think Stroud's going to have a breakout game here.
I'm actually good. You first.
I want to take the Rams just to piss Sean off. But I'm going to take Houston because I think they do. I think Stroud. I think with their wide receiver crew that they have together, running back going to be interesting because Joe Mixon is hurt, so Nick Chubb is going to be taking that. So, but I like their defense that they're going to have out there for Houston. So I'm going to go with Houston.
Yeah.
Anthony?
In honor of this man right here, I'm also going with the Texans. Shout out to Sean.
I just think he's probably not even here to go ahead and hear it.
Probably not.
It's all good. He's always here. So, I just genuinely think that CJ Stroud's going to take a step forward. And I could definitely see the Texans going away with this victory. I think the Rams are banged up. because of them being banged up, it's going to be difficult.
What's up, Dom?
You're right. It's not Wednesday. This is dialed in, bro.
What's up, man? Good to see you, Dom.
All right. So, I don't know if this is a rivalry matchup, but it is a big matchup for a week one. Baltimore Ravens at the Buffalo Bills. Now, at the time of this recording, Lamar Jackson is questionable with a foot injury as of today. I don't know if that matters, but
Go ahead, Anthony.
No, 100% does matter. I am 100% rooting for the Buffalo Bills. The Ravens are such a tough team, though. Like, I think Lamar can win even when injured. But just, I can't pick the Ravens. I got to go with Josh Allen and the Bills. God, do I hate the Ravens. Please let them lose.
I like Buffalo at home. I think they need to come out strong. I'm not overly enthused with their wide receiver room, but it's not like horrible. They have good guys there. I like the tight end a lot, Kincaid. I like Cook, the running back. You have Josh Allen. Their defense, I'm not sure if they did add Joey Bosa. I don't know how much of a difference that makes when you think about Joey Bosa, over the last couple of years, he really hasn't, he did play 14 games last year, but the 2 years before that, he got injured in both of those years. So
yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm with the Bills on this one. It's going to be a close game, especially if Lamar does play with the foot. I think it's going to be close.
Yeah, that's going to be your national game on NBC. That's your Sunday night game.
And for all you bettors, Ravens are favored by 1.5.
Boo.
And then Monday Night Football. Big rivalry game.
There's my Vikings.
Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bulls. No, Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears. So Minnesota, just so you look at that thing, Chicago, brand new head coach, new system, second year coach, second year football quarterback. Minnesota. Yes, he is a second-year quarterback, but he's a rookie quarterback, and it's his first year, because he was injured all last year.
Who is Minnesota's quarterback?
J.J. McCarthy.
Okay.
So
I was feeling this would be good.
Yeah. So Bears. Look like they're going to start two. Look like two of the rookies that they drafted are going to start. Loveland and Luther Burden on the offense. Looking at their defense, I don't really think they added anybody worth anything, from that standpoint. When you look at Minnesota, the big thing is, J.J. McCarthy and Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison is suspended.
Yeah.
And they did bring home Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
They did sign Jonathan Allen.
He was good for us.
Yeah.
That Justin Jefferson guy doesn't suck either.
No.
Yeah. I'm still taking the Bears.
The Bears.
Well, both of you are Bears?
I don't think Caleb's going to have a breakout game, but he's going to have a better game than he's had.
I'm going to go with the Vikes just because I think that McCarthy is going to have like a statement game. I think that he wants everybody to know that he doesn't suck. Not that everybody thinks he sucks. He just missed his whole rookie year. So I think he's going to come out firing, and It's Justin Jefferson. Like, it's a perfect guy to fire too. Although I would like to see Bears do well as well, because I would like to see Caleb Williams actually get a little shine.
Bears are favored in this.
Well, what do you have? Some Caleb Williams cards?
I have a couple. I don't have anything like crazy, but I do have him in a fantasy league this year, so that's partially why I'm invested. I got screwed in the 2-quarterback league and ended up with Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Not looking good.
Oh, I got Dak Prescott in one of mine.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Minnesota also. I think. I think McCarthy. I think the running game they have. I think it's going to be interesting. I think what they're going to throw at them. I mean, I think having Adam Thielen back, that control receiver, that that kind of safety net, Hawkinson, Jefferson. I like that.
I think they're so solid, like you said, all the way around.
Yeah. Yep.
Are we going to do a point spread for if there's a tie? Or just wait for that for like the playoffs?
What tie? What are you talking about?
Like, say we all somehow we end up with a tie. Games won versus lost. Do we do a Monday night kind of tiebreaker with a point spread? You don't have to. I'm just.
I'd imagine towards the end.
I was not going to go ahead. Well, if we think that somehow at the end of the year we are all going to somehow have a tie between the three of us, we need to stop doing dialed in, and we need to go ahead and then come up with some other kind of betting shit to do.
And what are we putting on the line here?
Nothing but pride.
All of your Jaden Daniels cards.
I don't have that money. That's the sad part.
I'll put up all my Kenny Pickett's.
I'll throw up all my Jets cards that I have.
You've got to let out your customary "Let's go Mets."
Yep, yeah, let's go Mets. Nice big 12-5 win. Another offensive juggernaut there. So I mean,
how far do you think they'll make it in the playoffs, Mikey?
I think it's going to be honestly. I think it's going to be tough for us to get out of the first of the first round wild card, especially if we stay where we are as far as stuck in the third spot. Now we're only a game and a half behind San Diego, and that third spot is going to be it's going to be tough.
That's not a bad idea. Dinner date with Dom for the winner.
Is Dom paying?
Well, yeah, he has to.
Or are we whining and dining him? Doesn't really feel like a win if we have to pay for it.
I agree.
Yeah, it's true. You can't win and then have to pay.
No, the winner gets the date. The two losers got to pay for it. They're still taking the division. They're 6 games behind Philly.
You guys are just the brief 3 years away from the Paul Skeens lottery. Let's see if you guys get them.
You think 3 years? I'm thinking probably 2.
Maybe 2. Yeah, at least 2.
Man, I'd like to see Washington pick them up, but I don't see that happening.
I think he's going to be either New York or LA, one of the 2 teams, and actually probably either the Dodgers or one of the 2 New York teams.
Well, I mean, depends. In my opinion, it depends what Pittsburgh is going to do, and what I mean by that is, are they going to, try and trade him when he still has some control left, or are they going to try and wait, to the end? Because Those are two big, massive differences for any team trying to trade for him. Because obviously, if you're going to have team control for 1 or 2 more years of him, Pittsburgh's going to expect a lot more in return, from that standpoint. If if they wait until that final year, where next year he is that following year he's an unrestricted free agent, then the potential of value goes down because a team doesn't know you're going to be a lot. They'll be a lot more limited in my opinion, of what they would get.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Now, does Skeen have any of the good old "you can't trade me to certain teams" clause in his?
No, he shouldn't have anything like that at his age.
No, at least he doesn't have Boris as his agent.
He doesn't.
No, it's ISE Baseball with agents Matt McConnell and Mitch Holyman, whoever they are.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at him, what's scary is there's a guy who's making, he's making 740,000, and he's got 1, 2, 3. So the thing you're gonna have is so next year is pre-arbitration. So that's one of those ones where he probably, unless they do something. No, I'm sorry, he's at 875.
Yeah, 875.
Right. So you got to figure next year they could easily go ahead and just say, "Hey, we're going to pay you 875 again." Right? They could pay him whatever that number is. They don't have. There's no negotiating, no nothing. When they get to arbitration, that's when it's going to become interesting because if he puts up another year, that he's putting, and if he wins a Cy Young or something along those lines, then all of a sudden you get an arbitration. Now all of a sudden that number goes higher. And that's when it could be one of those things where you think about trading him then. He's still only 25 years old.
Yeah.
Then it gives you the opportunity to get a good haul. And then somebody tries to sign him, out of his, arbitration years.
And he has 3 arbitrations, but he'll be 28 when he's an unrestricted free agent. So he's a little older, but
yeah, he's pool money eligible.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's good. It'll be interesting, and you never know. Look, he has those agents, ISE baseball. That's what he has right now.
Yeah.
The way these guys, Scott Boras goes ahead and gets in his head.
Yeah. He's going to pull some big money if he keeps doing if he can up, like you said, get a Cy Young or something like that. He's going to definitely pull more money.
And the thing is with ISC, looking at them, they're not a small thing. They've done they've had Hall of Famers and have MVPs. They've had All Stars. So it's not like it's like, hey, I had these young guys. I had these buddies of mine that were growing up, and he started started an agency, and that's who I signed with, right?
Yeah. I mean, I could see possibly Pittsburgh even possibly trading him this year at the end of the year or during the off season. But I hope not for Pittsburgh's sake. But
well, I think to me, it all boils down to, if they have any kind of conversations with him.
right.
Do they have any kind of conversations with with him going ahead and saying, hey, what do you want to go ahead and what do you want to go ahead and do, with what do you want to do with your looking forward? Are you willing to sign, you know, a deal? I mean, it'd have to be one of those ones where he is going to have to take, let's face it. I mean, it's hard to say take long-term security, but he should get that no matter what, right?
Right.
So it's a matter of, hey, we'll offer you, like, I don't know. You know what? Not think about, like, I don't know what they could offer him to make him stay there.
True.
Right? Because
Honestly, probably nothing because they're going to be losers.
that's what I mean.
It's
That-
saying
that-
something because I'm from Pittsburgh and the Pirates are my favorite team since I was a little kid, but they're
And-
never going to put a team around him like the Yankees can, like the Dodgers can, like the Mets can, like the Red Sox can. So many other teams can put a much better product around him and still pay him top of the market. Whereas the Pirates, they'll do one or the other. They'll give you Jack for your pay and put some decent players around you, or they'll give you decent money and give you Jack around you.
Yeah, I just don't know if they're going to go high enough to make it just about the money for him. Because he's going to stay in Pittsburgh. It has to be just about the money.
Yeah.
Because once they go ahead and open up that checkbook and they offer him probably what he could get on the open market, they're probably done trying to get any other all-star caliber players.
For sure. They're cheap, man. Like, unless they're forced to spend X amount per year, they're not going to. They're going to be like, oh, okay, we have Paul Skeens. He's going to make people come to the stadium. Other than that, they don't care if they win a championship. They just want to sell hot dogs.
Yeah.
And the only thing that could potentially go ahead and help them would be a lockout and some kind of um a salary cap gets formed.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, this is going to sound like crazy, but if the Pirates can't take themselves serious as a Major League Baseball team, they should just, like, drop out of the MLB and join the Banana Ball League.
There you go.
I mean, that's just the way I feel.
I mean,
Like, they're a major league team, but they don't, since the 70s, they don't operate like a major league team.
No. I mean, Skeens is on track to win the Cy Young this year. I mean, he's first in ERA with a 2.05. He's fifth in WHIP at 0.95 and strikeouts at 187. He is plus 4,000 to win. I think the MVP or Cy Young, yeah.
Yeah, he's a great player, man. Like, and honestly, like, just getting to go see him in person, I feel like spoiled that he's like in my hometown and I can go see him affordably. But there's something different about watching that guy play and watching like a regular pitcher play. Like, it's almost like I liken it to like going to see LeBron James or Steph Curry play. Whereas, like, every time you see them on the court, you know something special's happening. That's exactly how I feel watching Paul Skeens in person. I think he's going to be like really awesome in the long run.
I mean, just get him to hit, he could be the next Ohtani.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Oh, look, you got a bot.
Yay! Just in time for us to wrap it up. Guys, I want to remind you to make sure you go over to Huddle Card Collection because tomorrow is Wednesday, which means we have Collecting Profit at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So collect or subscribe to Local so that you can watch Collecting Profit. Also subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. And also go over to John's channel and subscribe also to Firestarter Breaks. Help us all grow together. Do me a favor, leave us some comments down below with what teams you would like to see us battle ChatGPT with next. I think what we might do is just roll back the decade thing next week and just randomize which one we're going to face minus the 2000s, unless anything cool comes up in the interim. But anything you guys want to share before we sign off tonight?
Real quick, before Mike's show, go over to 6G for Brandon's VR. He's got a contest. He's going to select the winners out of that. That's 7 or 8 Eastern time. So just stop over there, at least say hi. I don't know if we're going to talk this Wednesday about Clash in Paris, or we're going to talk other stuff, or just all around sports altogether. I've not gotten the paperwork yet.
That would actually be a win for us, Mike. If we were to battle the Mets in a battle of football, I think we have a chance to beat ChatGPT.
We have a shot.
Well, what Mets team would be able to beat our NFL team? That would be an interesting one. Or if we had to draft all baseball players to play football, like who would they be and why? Ripping and flipping. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here.
Well, you'd have to have Bartolo Colon on there just because of weight.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
offensive, defensive lines.
Yeah.
Mike, you're muted.
I think the line would get us.
Yeah.
What's up, Dusty?
So
Cool.
yeah, we'll see. We'll figure it out. We're more than likely definitely going to talk wrestling for sure. From that standpoint, so we'll see everybody tomorrow.
Yep. Stay safe. Treat others how you want to be treated.
You got it.
All right, guys. God bless.